This is a tale of a pug versus a whale and a warning to all pet owners ahead of Christmas. Unbeknown to Kobe's owner, the greedy pug had gobbled up a few things he shouldn't. That put him off his real food and brought on a nasty bout of vomiting and diarrhoea. His human mum took him to Animates Vetcare in Palmerston North. Now, there's really no delicate way to put this, but when Vet Nicky Stone checked out places the sun don't shine, she found some Lego, and that led to x-rays and evidence of other objects, and that meant surgery. Vet Nicky picks up the story.
I took another x-ray just before we went into surgery to make sure that they hadn't moved. So I knew that most of these things were in the stomach, and pulled out, I think you might have seen in the photo, there's a hook. If you buy socks, there's little plastic hooks on them. There were several of those. There was a pirate sword. There were 3 tyres, I think, of Lego toys. Bits and pieces, they were all wound together. Anyway, I cleared the stomach, and we were pretty happy with that, and I closed it up. And what we always do if we have had to enter the abdomen of a dog who's eaten the wrong thing is just check further down for anything else, and there were more tyres in his intestines, which also had to come out and go into that kidney dish.
Nicky, don't forget the whale.
Oh, and I forgot the whale. That came out of the stomach. It was swimming around in the stomach. Couldn't get through to the intestines. It got caught up in the hook, I think.
And I think this is almost like a memory recall game, and there was a couple of balloon toys in there as well,
yes.
I believe.
Yep.
So
too many things to count, really. I was just, obviously, my concern was with my patient. So one of the nurses had the kidney dish, and I was, as quickly as I could, just removing all these things. And it was only really when the nurses took it away and washed out all the grass and separated that we could see what all the different things were.
I know this is a really serious business, but it sounds like you almost had a piñata or a Christmas cracker there with what you were getting out of him. I just need to know, for my understanding, some idea of scale here, Nicky. These were truck sort of tyres from a toy. What sort of size are we talking for some of these objects?
Our friend Kobe, the pug himself, was only 7 kilos, so he's small. That's not much bigger than a cat. The tyres were... What do I have to say there is big as? I'm looking around the room for something. The biggest one was as big as like the inside of a roll of sellotape.
Gotcha. So he's munched up a few kids' toys.
Yes, mostly things from children's toys. And what I imagine is because the kids have played with them, their fingers are a little bit sweaty, a little bit smelly. Maybe they've been eating food, and that makes them a very, very attractive for a pug.
Well, that's my next question. Is this common behaviour? Is it common for this particular type of dog, or what? You leave anything lying around, a dog will eat it? I've
certainly done it for pugs before. No, there's some breeds are very much more likely to do that than others. And in fact, the specialists are the Labradors. They'll eat all sorts of things. I took out a football sock from a Labrador, and I was the 3rd vet to have taken out a football sock. So that was just one dog. So they're known to eat wrong things. Pugs are pretty good at it as well. But other dogs, other breeds, less so.
So I don't mean to be rude, Nicky, but it's the greedy ones, the greedy dog breeds.
That's absolutely.
Okay. Now, the most important thing is, how is Kobe doing?
Well, I'm delighted that the next day, within a few hours of finishing surgery, he was feeling so much better that he even started eating. And when I took his sutures out at 10 days post-surgery, you wouldn't think anything was wrong. He was running around, happy, eating and drinking. And all the children have got all of their toys in one safe room with a gate up in front of it, and they're not allowed to come out where the doggy is.
Well, I feel there's a bit of a warning in here, Nicky, because we're coming up to Christmas, so people will have potentially a few toys that they're unwrapping and a few new knickknacks. What do you say to pet owners and greedy dogs?
If you've got dogs that you know are inclined to take that sort of thing, Christmas is a time when, as vets, we do see dogs eating the wrong thing, like children's toys. We more often see dogs who have given themselves pancreatitis from pinching lamb bones around the barbecue. sausages and things that they shouldn't have. So remembering that just because it's Christmas doesn't mean it actually is good for the dog who's salivating at the barbecue to have heaps of sausages and bones and things.
And keep the chocolate on the top shelf.
Absolutely. They don't think, oh, it made me sick last year, I won't do it this year.
And that was Vet Nicky Stone.